Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sedona Cosmic Awakening. And I am Rion, and thank you again for coming. My energy is fire. I am fire. It's a lot for me to hold all this energy in this little popsicle suit every day, let me tell you. All right. For all my fellow deities and higher selves in the room, put your hands together for your vessel showing up here today. Go ahead and that's what's up. Thank you so much for showing up in Sim City, ET Real World. For all those guys broadcasting up on ship, you know what I'm talking about. You definitely know what I'm talking about. So I just wanted to express my absolute gratitude for you guys showing up, and I really want to drop it like it's hot on you guys. I think I'm gonna do about 30 minutes, 40 minutes of content. Then I want to answer some questions for you guys. How's that sound? All right. I'm gonna break dance now. Just kidding. I feel like in the future I'm gonna be like on Netflix on some stand-up, multi-dimensional stand-up comedian. Like, you guys think it's funny down here? You should see what you look like. You think you're alone when you're alone? You're never alone. All right, so some of the things, raise your hand if you guys know who I am. Okay, that's awesome. At Conscious Life Expo in LA, it was actually really funny. I went right into like channeling like high level stuff, and then I was just cooking the people in the audience. You know, like just popping them like popcorn. And then afterwards, you know, Shauna's mom was like, maybe you should give people a little intro before you just cook their little processors. And I was like, oh, right. So I'll do my little 2-minute how I woke up, so we don't waste any time here. So in 2009, I woke up at 2:38 p.m. on my 29th birthday. I was sunned on the sun lounge in my backyard, and if you guys are going to have an experience like this, maybe I'll tell you what happens. So here we go. I've been practicing astral projection for about 8 months. I made that first video on YouTube, how to astral project. Because when I first researched it, obviously, I didn't find anything in 2009 on astral projection other than buy my book, buy my CD, and I'll show you how to do it. So I taught myself, did that little technique I'm sure some of you guys have seen, and did that for about 8 months. 8 months goes by, it's my birthday, and I was sun gazing in the backyard, and I was doing this mudra. Okay? It's very powerful, I show you. So basically, your pointer fingers, it looks like this. Here's the key. When you guys are sun gazing at 45 degrees, looking up at the sun, it's this motion. So your thumb's your intent, it's pointing to your sternum. Your wind fingers pointing directly at the sun. Your ground fingers, your pinkies are like this. So what you're doing is pulling it to your chest, like this. And the faster you go, you kind of get into like a meditation until you fully charge your astral or energy body. Okay. I don't need a microphone, but I'll use one. Okay, there we go. And she's over there recording for everyone upstairs. So here we go. I did that, and all of a sudden, it was kind of like the Matrix where I snapped myself out. Basically, my third eye came online, and I looked up. I'm laying on a sun lounger, and I saw 3 Atlantean people on my left-hand side. I'm laying flat out. 3 on this side, 3 on the other side. I'm laying there in the sun lounger, and all of a sudden, I saw these guys pulling cables off of me as fast as they possibly could. Pulling all of these dark cables off of me. Boom, boom, on each side. They could do it for about 13 seconds until the next shift of 3 guys on each side would come in, because that's how much energy and how hard it was to get down in its density, obviously, and work on me. After I did that, they did that for about 5 or 6 minutes until I was freed, and then actually, truly, my 8th dimensional self woke up in the suit and snapped the rest of the chains off of me, and I sat up. As good as I can see you guys now in HD staring through the veil. So all of a sudden, all the guys, when I arrived, let's just say, they kind of backed up. They were like, oh, we'll do it like this. They kind of backed up. We're like, whoa, okay, let him do his thing. Because you didn't, it's like imagine a 5,000 or 10,000 year old version of yourself waking up out of stasis. That's what it feels like. It's not like some that version of me woke up in the suit. So he was looking around like, where am I? What is this place? You know, and I think my 3D was taking a cat nap or something. I don't know what happened to him. So I stood up, walked in the backyard, and I was just seeing everything in, 5 or 6 different colors of bandwidths. You know, when your third eye comes on, you don't see with the same type of pixelation as you do in 3D. It's like, imagine this whole audience was solarized, and you're seeing in the orange bandwidth, or the red bandwidth, or the blue bandwidth. You still get detail, but you don't get the complete separation of colors like you do in 3D with these biological eyeballs. So, once that happened, I knew that was a wrap, that my 3D was basically over. And that night, I was laying on the couch, and my big 8-foot Anunnaki rolls up to me on the couch and sits down like, boom, with a huge-ass head. And I go, "Are you my higher self?" And he's all, "Yeah, and you're a year late." That's the first thing I heard. "You're a year late." So not only am I waking up seeing through the veil, but imagine the panic attack of not only are you seeing your higher self, and he's going, yeah, you're a year late, bro. Get your ass up. Like, what are we doing here? So again, another 3 or 4 months of training, went out to Sedona for the first time. My higher selves were teaching me different things in the backyard. One is how to open dimensional doorways, especially when I drill down into the lower dimensions. There are dimensions underneath 3D, okay? I am like a galactic plumber. I am the galactic rotor-rooter, okay? People make it such a big deal. It's like, hey, you gotta clean some things up. So, they taught me how to open a dimensional doorway in the backyard. I'm not gonna completely show you how to do it, because I think that'd be a responsibility thing. Here, let me show you how to do it in your backyard, friends. Come on, kids, try in your backyard, open portals. They taught me how to do this certain deal, and I practiced it for about 2 or 3 months. Why I tell you this is, first time I go to Sedona, I'm talking to my friend Kim, and with my buddy Tony Millard, another light worker, light warrior. And I'm supposed to go meet Thoth. So I climb this one mountain with Tony, and I'm supposed to have a one-on-one with Thoth. Well, the funny thing was, during that 3 months of training with my higher self every day in the backyard, he taught me how to make chi balls, and we would actually play catch. So it was actually really funny, the Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2, and he's making chi balls and tossing it with his dad. I'm like, oh my God, I did that. It's so fucking cool, right? So cool. So, my higher self would like teach me how to charge, and he's like, now really get it. He taught me how to like throw energy. So I go meet Thoth. Right? I didn't even know what his name was, Thoth. I just woke up from Southern California. And Thoth, okay, I'm gonna meet some guy named Thoth. So I go meet him out in the desert. Big dude, about 7 feet tall, blue, comes up like Conan the Barbarian on steroids, like, yo, what's up? I'm Thoth. And then he goes, hey, I got a download for you. So I'm like, all right, download guy. So he hands me this big sphere download, right? I think he wants to play catch. I take that thing, I'm like, yo, bro, we're all up, and throw it right in his face, and he dodges it, and he's looking at my higher self like, are you serious? What is with this guy? I'm sitting there going, I thought we were playing catch, man. He's looking at my higher self going, and then and they're busting laughing, because I think they obviously knew, like I'm like a dog playing catch. I'm like, give me the ball. Real stories, okay. So it's midnight. At the end of that day, I met Thoth. And if you guys, raise your hand if you guys have been to Cathedral Rock here in Sedona. All right, check this out. I'm going home. Me and Tony are about to drive back to LA. It's about midnight. And Kim goes, hey, why don't you go over to Cathedral? You guys need to see this place before you leave. So I go there, real casual, and basically, I'm walking in the cathedral, my eyes are on, so it looks completely different than it does in 3D. Okay, so I'm like, this is kind of spooky. It's midnight. And he goes, herself goes, hey, you know that one thing I showed you how to do in the backyard? Open a little door? I go, yeah, I got that, bro. He goes, do it right here. So I'm like, oh, fuck, just shoot it on over and just whoop, whoop, whoop. When I popped the cap on the ground, it was almost like imagine a waterfall reversed. Whoosh. I get freaked out. I'm going, what did I do? And then my inner voice goes off like Sean Connery on steroids. Everyone out. Not me. You know, imagine like Gandalf, but like in the gym. Everyone out. So I'm seeing all these souls flying up this like, you know, the center of like a toroidal field, basically what it looks like. And when he said everything out, all the white, you know, nice souls, you know, those going upstairs, right? Little puffs of white. Then there's 3 turds that jumped in out at the end. Okay, I got it. 1 6-foot dude, looks like he's like, I don't know, French Legionnaire. I got 1 like 7-foot like Native American with a tomahawk and some other dude coming at me. And mind you, I can see clear as day. So the funny thing was, he comes at me, I push Kim out of the way, the guy hits me in the stomach, drops me like this, because I never knew that spiritual combat was real. Oh, yes, it is. It's 100% absolutely real. Okay, so you can smile, it's okay. I made it through okay. It's like, she's like, oh my God. It's gonna be okay, we made it, I'm here. Okay, so. So. When basically they taught me 4 power words in ancient Egypt. I want to share these with you, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. I'll tell you, one is Asat. And I'll do it without the mic. It's like this. Asat! You feel the echo on that bad boy? All right, tip your waiter on the way out. So what I'm trying to say is I'm sharing real things with you, okay? That's how I was taught. When this guy came at me, I blew the dude into pieces, and inside was this little basic, looked like a little blue Asani guy inside. And that's when I got if you guys ever heard me in my videos, when I say M&M peanut. You know, because at the center of every M&M peanut, you know, there's a little light being. I just got to blow off all the chocolate until I get to the peanut. So at the end of this activation, he goes, I don't want to go up that portal where you're sending all these beings. I want to go home. Send me home. So I'm here in 3D. Imagine a big 8-foot Anunnaki behind me going like this. You want to go home? Whoom, 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 whoom. I'm standing here. Open the doorway, dude went home. So I'm in the car, driving home. I'll share with you some cool things. Tony's freaking out. This is spiritual warfare. I am not prepared. What is this? And I'm driving the car. Tony's sitting behind me. My eyes are on like Donkey Kong. I see our 2 big 8-foot Anunnakis sitting in the back seat with the window down, laughing at each other at the vessels, and then literally getting downloads through the window. They were like rolling down the window and being like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Ball of light comes and they're like, and then shooting it back out like they were talking the whole time. Okay, fast forward some other things. I've been on activations, right? Where after I did the activation, I look in the back seat and I see my higher self with a clipboard signing off on it. Like, yeah, check, done, closed it, cleared it. All right, go ahead and out the window and then poof. What I'm trying to get to is I'm very privileged to say that I got to be a part of what it is to be a multidimensional being. These sort of things I share with you as I want to express is every single one of your higher selves are dying to talk to you. They're dying to communicate with you. They want you to be 100% in your soul purpose, doing what you need to do here on earth. My journey has been quite fun. And to be honest with you, some of the stuff I've had to do, I wouldn't recommend. Like if I was like, all right, guys, we're going to Egypt. Buckle up, buttercup, right? Some of the stuff I saw to do and some of the stuff I'll share with you now, let's just say your higher selves have different interpretations on how you should be taught. The funniest thing you can do is watch one of your higher selves do something and mimic them. And I'll tell you about this little story. I'm in Egypt. I'm on a camel. It's December 21st, 2012, which, by the way, at some point, Oh my God, is my timing impeccable? I didn't even know that. I'm here. Let me take you with me. That's spot on, people. So basically, in this rendition, which is playing in the background, Luxor was awesome. Don't feed the locals. No, I'm just kidding. Awesome. So here we go. I was doing this activation, and I was on a camel, and I guess there was a bomb threat on December 21st, 2012. I didn't know that. We hired this private company where I was basically told to be on camels or horseback so you can get easier access to protect the Giza Plateau. And where's my brother Jason? There he is. This gentleman was with me, buckled up. Put your hand up, bro. Little light warrior in the back. He's what you get when you mix a Palladian with a Syrian. That's what it looks like, people. There we go. So, Hurghada, goodness gracious. So, we're on horseback and camel. And basically, our job, a Team Light's job at that point, was to guard the northeastern side of the Giza Plateau, because if you guys know, during the 2012 thing, they were rioting in the streets, and because of the whole Islamic thing and everything going on, they were just rioting all over the place. So, this is the funny part of the story. I watched my 15D romp do this crazy energy technique that was just like, I don't even want to say it. It was basically like multiple target tracking functionality, but like doing it in a very nice way, but very forceful way, where this is what I want to express to you when you guys grow big. So imagine we're on a sidewalk here. This is 3D. Instead of trying to affect those things in 3D face-to-face, eye-to-eye, argument to argument, he showed me a technique where actually you're so large, you grab the whole sidewalk that everyone's walking on and just go like this, shaky, 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 put it down. You don't have to interact and argumentatively do things. You can grow so large, you can just shift the entire cable of consciousness that everyone's running on. So, woohoo! All right, turn the cameras off. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be sharing this stuff with you now. Okay. This is like me unplugged. Here we go. So I thought it was a very cool technique. I'm going to call it spear hook. I'm a little kid, okay, especially when you meet your higher selves and your soul. I'm like my nickname's Bam Bam because I break stuff all the time. I do. You guys should see my house. You have to have like certain things mapped off because I'll just walk right through stuff. I have some timers. Sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm upstairs. I think all timers is bad. Wait till you get some timers. I got some timers bad. You know, I'll be like waking up in the morning. I got like 1 foot in the suit. Like, I'm not, I'm not even trying to pretend anymore. Wait till you stop pretending. That's funny. So, anyways, I'm in the backyard. I get back. I'm over there off of in West Sedona. I got back from Giza. And I had some 80s music on, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna do it. Whatever the song was, cue the music on the video later. And all of a sudden, I do that same technique I saw my higher self do in Egypt. And I was like, what? Cook 'em. Hook, 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 hook. And, got something. And my higher selves were like, whoa, wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute. My highest light came down, hit my hand. Okay, you guys, who's ever seen your highest light? Put your hand up. You ever seen your highest light? Okay, imagine a 400-foot dude coming down like the hand of God, hits my hand like I'm a little kid. Like, no. I get that all the time. No. Don't do that. Serious. Big white hand. Hey. So I do that thing. Here comes the hand. Hey, no. And then this is funny. I look up at this huge dude, and I'm like, yo, what up, bro? He goes, who taught you that? I'm in 3D doing like 15D energy moves, because all I do is monkey see, monkey do. I'm a little kid. So I get to then watch like some family therapy session. My highest light goes to my highest night and goes, you taught him that. He goes, I didn't teach him that. He's sitting down there. He watched me do it. I didn't teach him how to do that. So these guys are arguing like I'm sitting there like a little kid going, I don't know, but can I do it again? Because that shit's hotness. Why you got me playing down here in 3D? So I share some of these real things with you and experiencing some different things in your polarity and duality. I share this with you because these are real things. I share this with you because the key to all of these things is activating your third eye. Thus, you can see all the spectrums of light that your 3D biological eyeball cannot see. Very simple. You guys, raise your hand if infrared light exists. Can you see it with your 3D eyeball? Does ultraviolet light exist? Can you see it with your 3D eyeball? All right, all right. All of the hidden spectrums of light you see with your third eye. Okay? There's definitely no causality functionality. If you go to the Vatican Square and you see the 30-foot pine cone in the square, what's that? You guys go to Machu Picchu, and you see the chief with the big pine cone on top of his staff? Okay, third eye. Third eye is the key. So I thought that'd be very fun to express that to you. Let's do a real quick breakdown of some things that many of you guys already know to assist in that happening. This is what I want for you guys. I want your higher selves to have the clearance to actually teach you proper. I want your higher selves to actually be juiced up, powered up enough to actually break through these densities when you guys go home. Even tonight when you guys are chilling, my request to the universe is help this vessel stand up on their own 2 feet. Help this vessel step into their power. Help this vessel remember who they are. Help this vessel wake up from amnesia. Help this person, this amazing being, remember why they came to this planet. You guys, once you remember your purpose, the rest of this stuff turns into like some cartoon. You turned on the news? If we're not in high school, I don't know what level of consciousness we'd be playing at. We got the jocks and the nerds and the emos, and they're all hanging out in the quad drinking milkshakes and shit. Fighting over earth transmission fluid, for God's sakes. You guys have had 0-point technology for the last 60 years. Where is it? I was told we were supposed to have hoverboards in this incarnation. Where's my hoverboard, bro? Real stuff. They told my Palladian inner child, you're going to get this, you're going to have fun with this, it's going to be so much fun. And then the 90s happened. And I was like, Kurt Cobain in What Is This Shit Show? That's all I remember from the 90s. It was, Kurt Cobain, and the rest was just very whatever. Now, for all the kids that were born in the 90s, love you. I'm just saying the consciousness, all right? So what are we doing here? It's time for the collective conscious of Earth to wake up. It's time for you guys to step into your power and be the strongest in your bloodline. That's what time it is. Look around the room at each other right now. Look around. Okay. Now, to every single person on Earth, around 8 billion, you guys were wise enough, conscious enough to actually show up here to get these activations from upstairs. Awesome. Put a round of applause together. It's not easy. It's not easy wanting to wake up and deal with this stuff. Okay? Awesome. Next thing I want from you, I want you guys to start doing mantras, work on yourself, be the strongest in your bloodline. Your last name, I'm the strongest Derouren to walk the earth. Are you the strongest in your family to walk the earth? The most vibratory being in your entire bloodline to walk the earth. There you go. It's a different thing. It's not, kumbaya, spiritual, Palladians come and save me and make me a milkshake and do a hat dance. Strongest in your bloodline. Keep it very simple, very practical, down to earth. Okay? Why? Because when your whole bloodline's pulling on you, you guys have to be strong enough to hold the field. That's why. You have to be strong enough to hold the field. When you guys, they try to trick us, distort the matrix to try to have everyone move in one direction, where are those going? Bro, is it 2014? That shit's not working. I'm going to go ahead and step over here, Quasimodo. Okay? The issue is don't be fooled by some of the distortions. Another thing too, I'll teach you guys some secrets. The government, the functionality of this planet is only plays 3 moves ahead. It's only 3 moves ahead. Professional chess players can see 7 moves ahead, can they not? We're gonna send a Twitter email, and then next week we're gonna do it. We're living in a cartoon. Okay, snap, I'm just trying to say, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Okay. Please. I love you guys too much. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Okay. Some of the things to work on. Obviously, if you guys have been working on your meditation, okay, check this out. Does your cell phone work if you don't charge it? Do you think your third eye works if you don't charge from the sun? You like that one? Charge from the sun. Every day I wake up, put some Chavosky on. I light my incense, have my tea, have my coffee. 20, 30 minutes in the sun before I even start my 3D day. Why? I need to sit there and go, okay, that was a crazy dream. What was that about? Why did I see that? Who are we helping? I need to process everything that I saw for at least 20 or 30 minutes every morning so that I can then, okay, now it's time to check emails and get into the day. You have to understand what you're doing every night for 8 hours when you're sleeping. Have to. Okay, very simple, down to earth, remember your dreams. Okay? How many of you guys are dreaming in 5D? Raise your hands. That's what I'm talking about. All right, who's still in 4D? Be honest. High heels and black dresses and fast cars. Is that what's going on? You want to be a bad girl? Is that what it is? You don't want to go to the beach, you'd hang out and play volleyball, you want to go to the party? I'm from Los Angeles, I'm very familiar with 4D. That place lives and breathes 4D, like it's a cool thing. Okay, 6D. Who's on ship? Who remembers being on ship at night? There we go, don't be scared, the camera's facing this direction. They all know. They're awake. Who's been on a holodyne deck? Who's seen the hyperbaric chambers where everyone's 60s sleeping before the vessels awake enough to actually integrate into their DNA? The one guy. No, I'm just kidding. Do you guys want to know what that is? Ote. This is a funny story that I can share about Commander J. You know him as Jesus or Yeshua. I haven't told many people this story. I shall tell it to you. So, this is funny. Okay, so I've been awake about 2 years. I did some activations. I got some, I did some good things. Moved some souls, transported some souls, opened some doors, closed some doors. I'm in Los Angeles, and I kept waking up in 6D, which is you're in these hyperbaric chambers that look like tanning beds. Okay? 45 degrees. I kept waking myself up, hitting the button, and getting out of my hyperbaric chamber on deck. Okay? I get up, I'm in this hospital smock. And you guys know this, we're all wearing different colors. They just look like little basic hospital smocks, white, blue, orange, whatever. I get up, and I would run around. And I'd look at everyone's chamber. And I was like, this is so crazy, I'm the only one awake. And I'm running. And all of a sudden, if you've seen, what's that movie with Will Smith? Independence Day. Okay, you know the dude, the ETs with the big round heads? Like the big saucer dudes? I'm running. All of a sudden, I get to this corridor, because this is, just rows and rows and rows and rows of these things. I get to the corridor, and I see this dude sitting on a white desk with that big head. He looks up at me, he's like, And literally, he doesn't say anything. He's like, you're not supposed to be up. Almost like you're babysitting. He was like a babysitter. And I was like, you're a creepy little weird alien thing. So I'm running, and I'm running. It took me 2 weeks to get out of this maze. Let me tell you how this works. So basically, you run to these corridors, and then you get to a 1, 2, 3, 4 corridors, 4 doors, no handles, no nothing, just 4 doors. I go, I can't get out of here. I'm trying to run away from ET phone home. and everyone's asleep. So I go, I want to go, take me to my friends. I think it was like in Sedona. And all you have to do in a Holodyne deck door is you think where you want to go and you step through. All of a sudden, I was in the Sedona Holodyne deck with everyone sleeping. And I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. So then I go back to the LA one. I'm like, take me to China. So I'm doing this thing, right? And I'm literally breaking. So I told my friends, we used to, like, my friends and I, when we first woke up, my original team, like, guys, we used to, like, all talk on Skype. And literally from all around the world, like 8 people live on Skype, we'd all fall asleep. So one guy's knocked out, he's on, somewhere on the East Coast, and we talk and chat and do all this fun stuff. So they go, hey bro, tonight come get me, wake me up. I'm on it, bro. Wake up, I'm going for Giovanni. I get to his Holodyne deck thing, I'm looking around, I'm knocking on the glass, I'm like, yo. He gets up, and it's like almost like I woke someone up prematurely. Like, I'm like, hey, wake up, we got 30 seconds before security catches up. And he's like, Ryan? I'm like, yo, we got 30 seconds to get out of here. There's an ET with a big-ass saucer head. He's going to shut us down. Get out of the shuttle. Get out of the thing. So we're running. Anyways, after about 5 or 6 weeks of this, I got about 6 or 7 people up every night. I would do it every single night. So this is the funny thing about Big J. The whole time I've been doing this, I'm like, I just want to go to, where the officers are. I want to go to the, front desk of the ship. I want to go to the command console. I want to go to the command area. So basically, so what I did was, because I could never make it through security in this one place, I woke up 6 or 7 of my friends, didn't tell them that they were bait. And as I was running, I'm like, oh, you guys go that way. And then I was like, I'm going to the command console. I'm out of here, man. Security gets these guys. I slip through, and I get to, like, the command deck. So it looks like, Star Trek, the new one. Different races at the command consoles, and they're all like, what does this little turd do, And I roll in like this. Hey, what the hell's going on? Somebody tell me what's going on. And I shit you not, Commander J was big brunette dude. It might have been El Moria for all I know, from Venus. He turns around and goes, what are you doing up? And I'm sitting there, mind you, I'm about this big. I was like, I don't want to sleep with everyone else, man. I don't want to go back to sleep. And he looks at me like, shit, you little turd. And then this is the funniest thing, I knew that my parents were somebody. Like when you're about to spank a kid, but like that's like the royal family's son who is here to help? That's what went through his brain. He was like, I'm gonna spank you. Then he's like, wait, aren't you? Ah, shit. Look, you can't be up here. You gotta go back and go to sleep. So that story to me is, breaking out of my 6D Holodyne chamber. So thank you. Okay. Fun stuff. I can't wait for the movie. It's coming. Book, then screenplay, then movie. So I'll take this time right now. I think I have like 10 minutes. Is there any questions I can answer for you, lovely audience here? Yes, my love. I sun gaze every day. Let me tell you. Okay, the whites of your eyes? Okay, let me check this out. So every time you guys watch my videos, or you see someone going like this, where you see the whites of their eyes, what they're doing is your third eye's right here. So imagine closing your eyes. All you're doing is you're taking your 3D biological eyes and aiming it to your third eye. It's a triangle. So when you go like this, you're actually going, boom. I'm looking out of this camera lens, not this lens, okay? When you guys breathe in prana from the sun, it comes in through the whites of your eyes. You breathe it in down here, whites of your eyes. Energy. Okay, that helps. I get this question a lot. What if there's no sun? Move. No, I'm just kidding. Go mobile, baby. Internet. No, internet, son. No, what I do is when people that are truly like locked in a snow or it's wintertime, they haven't seen the sun in a very long time, what I always recommend is pop about 5,000 IU of D3 and at least try to go to a tanning bed, not the cheap one, the one that has the basic, nice bulbs. Anything to try and get that charge. Now, obviously, I wouldn't recommend that compared to the real sun. But if you're locked inside for 2 or 3 months and that's all you got, I would try to do something like that. UV lamps, anything you can do to try to imitate the sun. Now, here's another thing, too. Restructure your 3D life so you can actually do the snowboard thing and bounce for 2 months in the middle of winter. Why are you sitting in a house covered in snow? There's many things on earth you need to be doing besides sitting in a house watching TV, right? Fantastic. Next question. Go right ahead. Come on. Yes. Right. Raise your hand if you sun gaze. Sun gaze. Come on, Horace. Do your job. Yes. Sabrina. It's always there. Yes, and projecting on seeing those different fields of energy, the clouds are only blocking so much. That radiation is truly still coming through the cloud line. Yes. Yes. I've been working on this technique now for a while. Me and my brother Jason actually were mastering it before they cut me off at my ankles. Remember that, J-Dog? So this is what happened. Me and Jason were like training like Super Saiyans. Where were we going? Easter Island? We're preparing for Easter Island or something? So this is what happens. When you run full speed down a mountain at full absolute speed, the rocks actually feel like jello. I was actually starting to get so much out of the matrix where I was actually starting to buffer my energy from the 3D reality. So anyways, me and Jason run down this mountain at full speed. The rocks turn into jello and you kind of start to float. Okay. Then they trip me. No, I'm just kidding. Then we get to the bottom. We're super pumped. I think our higher selves were a little jelly donut because they probably weren't able to do that so casually. And I stepped into a foxhole. And as I pulled up, I twisted my ankle very, very badly. And then I was like, J-Dog, don't leave me out here, man. It was really painful. But I remember breaking the matrix is something also Bruce Lee was going to do and was doing. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. They took Bruce Lee out because he was going to break the matrix in front of everyone in the 70s. Oh, yeah. He's from Rion. He's a homie. He's a stud. His DNA was activated. Why do you think they took his son out? He activated his DNA. If you're the father in your bloodline and you activate your dormant DNA, that's like an instant guest pass for your son, who was also trained with you, who also could have carried that torch. Okay? Oh, yeah, it was you don't know the difference between a real round and a fake round? Have you seen them on a table, bro? It's not even close. Okay? What I'm trying to express is that he is one of those they were very worried about breaking the matrix. Obviously, his Sifu, Ip Man, was one of the most awesome Chinese old-school dragon families, kung fu dudes ever, who taught Bruce. That old knowledge was passed on to Bruce. So back to jumping, your question. There's a technique that I do, in which the Tibetan monks also do. Is Phil here? He's at my table. There's a name for it. Can you grab Phil? I want to give them the proper name of the actual technique where they actually, what they do is the Tibetan monks, they throw their energy up and they direct it. And they throw their energy up and direct it. And they throw their energy up and direct it. Then they get back and they run and they do that airwalk thing because they're following their energy body. They get their body up and out and it directs. What's the name of the Tibetan thing where they, come up here, Phil. Everyone give Phil a round of applause. Phil, what's the name of the Tibetan, the flying?
A longam.
Say it again.
The longam.
Longam. So explain what that is.
Well, it's basically like, we call it grass gliding. You basically kind of jump really far from one point to another. So that's what the Tibetans do in the forest. It's kind of like forest gliding, I guess. But yeah, that's the main practice they have in the forest when they do that.
Say it one more time.
Longam.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Phil. Give Phil a round of applause. That's what it's called. So basically, it allows you to kind of jump and glide. I just called it the 3-step glide. Oh, I'm getting it. You should see this stuff I don't post. It's going to get weird. It's green screen. It's all green. You see the people, it's green screen. I'm like, no, it's not. It's called jumping. You just got to do it 25 times. Yes, but I do jump. And the thing is that a lot of the stuff that you guys will practice too, the coolest stuff you guys are ever going to learn is by yourself. Sometimes your higher selves will teach you guys something, but they're like, you got to get away from everyone. We'll show you. And if we teach you how to do it, it's not a parlor trick to show to people. There's a lot of really cool stuff I know how to do. I couldn't even show you guys on footage that I have that we recorded. Jason, remember when we opened a doorway in the clouds in Mount Hood that we couldn't show the people? You can say yes. Okay, there we go. I've been on so many activations, let me tell you, I don't even know what my name is right now. But there is some things you want to share and some things you want to do. Here's the thing. The more professional, guided, and balanced your manifestations are and what you ask for, the faster they come to you. The more you wrap emotion around the manifestation, the faster it comes to you and the more powerful it is. Merlin was a master at not only manifesting things, but when you put love or an emotion behind it, it's an encrypted password lock that if somebody was to undo something 1,000, 2,000, 3 years later, they have to know the password protected frequency of that lock, of that door. So if I close a door in love, right, or open a doorway in love, you can't close it coming over as Darth Vader. You would have to copy my frequency to open or close that door. Emotions are very, 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 very powerful. Why do you think we're all here in Earth School 101? This is Emotional 101, School of Hard Knocks. Put your hands together for making it to Earth School 101. I'll be your college counselor. I'll also help you guys find jobs when you graduate. See how many of you guys are ready for Starfleet Command. How many of you guys are ready to handle some real responsibility? We are in the boonies out here in the Milky Way galaxy, in the wild, wild west, trapped in a holographic matrix with a bunch of beings that don't truly like to get along, but you know what? We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. Here's the thing I want you guys to remember. All of you guys, when you are doing your training, okay, this is something you need to understand. Imagine all of you guys are collegiate baseball players, let's just say. You practice with your friends every single night. You're a collegiate baseball player. This is what I need you to understand. Every single time you guys have a college game, you need to understand that there are pro scouts sitting in the audience watching you. Not to put any pressure on you, okay? But there are pro scouts watching you. There are also many powerful upper dimensional beings waiting for a vessel that has the proper DNA and that specific bloodline to activate to a point. They'll go, okay, I'll take that one and that one and that one. Real story. Not only that, you guys, there's old school ascended masters on this planet that live up in these mountains in these different sacred, crystal cities. That, for example, Pumapunko, awesome place. No, better than that. Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca has some of the best all-stars on this planet, especially the high angelics. When you get on the boat to go to Sun Island, halfway on the boat ride, straight down left-hand side is the entrance to that city. I don't know if I should have just said that, but that's where it is. So when you guys are going and traveling the world, here's the thing. It's nice to have a Michael Jordan on your stream, an all-star on your stream, a higher self on your stream. Most of you guys, that 7D or that 9D angelic high-level healer. Some of you guys, that 10D warrior, 6D warrior. Some of you guys, that 8D Anunnaki translator ambassador. My functionality for you is this: never stop growing. If the roots of the tree of life wish to ascend, the branches will shift. If the hardware becomes self-aware, the tree will shift. Another thing too, understand, ascension is not us going from 3 to 5, yay, kumbaya. You must also understand the entire chain of command must also shift. That means your 4 goes to 60, your 60 goes to 8D, your 8D goes to 10D, your 5D goes to 70, your 70 goes to 90, your 90 goes to 11D. Once you guys get up over 12D, which is deity land, that's where all my homies are from, 12D and up, okay? 12D and up, duality is way toned down. Everyone knows who they are. They know what they're doing. They're kind of kicking it. To get there, though, is the goal. For every single human being and all my brothers and sisters in this room who want to, raise your hand if you want to graduate Earth School. Raise your hand if you don't want to come back here next incarnation. That's the real juice. It was an amazing experience. Why don't you go next time? I feel like I got sucked into some sales pitch. Come to Earth, save a world, ascend the planet. You can do it. I came in there hot and heavy from the plate. He's like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. By the way, these are your Orion step-parents. They'll also be escorting you on this trip. Great. All you have to do to graduate, here we go. Your 3D needs to braid with your 4D. Okay? Raise your hand if you ever seen that cartoon where there's a little angel sitting on your shoulder and a little devil sitting on your shoulder. Okay. Your 4D sits over your right shoulder. That is your lowest night form. Your 5D sits over your left shoulder. That is your lowest light form. Your heart's on your left. You got a cable going through your sternum right here. Now your sternum, that little piece of bone right there. Cable comes up through your left pectoral, up top of your left is your shoulder blade, up into the sky. Same thing on the right-hand side. Goes through your right pectoral, up through your right shoulder, up into the sky. We call this duality. My question is, in you processing and integrating, all you have to remember is you have to bring your 4D into alignment, your 5D into alignment, and I say this, truly, ladies and gentlemen, your 6D into alignment and your 7D in alignment, you get to graduate and go to 7D when you're done, if you can do that. I would actually push you guys to not just go to 5D, go to 7D. That's where the real angels hang out anyways. Okay, I've been in 5D many times. There's not angels flying around with glorious wings in 5D. No, there's not. They actually still give you the shock and awe when me and Jason fly by them like Iron Man, and everyone's going like this. Oh, you can fly? You can fly? Yes, you guys can all fly. 7D is what I say for you guys, and for you guys really gifted ones here, 9. Because I want to remind you, some of you guys came from those upper dimensions to do this service to come down here in 3D. Don't forget that, okay? You guys are all very, very special, and I'm absolutely blessed to be in this incarnation with you today. And for the rest of this incarnation, I will love and support every single one of you and everyone across the earth to step into their highest destiny. And always remember that love is the answer to all things. Thank you. All right.